Last weekend at AT&T Park, the Giants and Nationals went toe-to-toe in a 4-game series between two division leaders who are hoping for October baseball. Now the road trip continues for a weekend series here in our nation's capital. The Giants are looking to get back on a roll, and tonight it's game 1 of the series against the Nationals, and it's next. We are coming to you from our nation's capital. We're in Washington, D.C. as we get ready for Giants baseball. We're at Nationals Park, game 1 of this weekend 3-game series. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, the Giants lost 2 of 3 in Philadelphia. They did, however, win yesterday. And as my partner likes to say, if you're going to win one, win the last one. Well, how do you keep that momentum going? You keep it going by getting a strong start from your starter.
Well, that is the key, and Jeff Samardzija would be that starter who had a great 10 starts to start the season. He has been inconsistent ever since, and consistency is going to be so important in this ballpark. Look, this is the East Coast swing. These next 2 series are going to be loaded with great starting pitching. That means your starting pitchers have to perform to their capabilities, and the Giants hope that Samardzija can give him that chance, and that'll be what we watch very closely tonight.
Buster Posey's at first. Also, Denard Span coming off a great series in Philadelphia. It's Samardzija. It's Gonzalez. It's a couple of terrific starters. And when we come back, we will have the lineups and the first pitch. We'll have that for you right after this.
Bay Area is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Taste the all-new Jack's Brewhouse Bacon Burger today at Jack in the Box. Limited time only at participating restaurants. And by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places.
The Nationals have taken the field as we get ready for Giants Nationals baseball. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. It is a great time to get to the beach. The Admission Free Boardwalk is now open daily. 81 degrees here at Nationals Park. You see the winds, humidity at 52%, and there's a chance of showers later on. And the hand you hear is for Denard Span, as he has just been introduced. It'll be Span, Pagan, Nunez, and Posey. Pence will hit in the 5th slot. Then it's Crawford, Brown, Adrianza, and Samardzija. Nice gesture by the fans here in Washington, D.C. First pitch of the ball game is on its way, and it's right there for a called strike. So we get started right on time. That's 7:05. Span hitting .265 with 5 home runs, 33 driven in. 7 for 15 in the series in Philadelphia. He was terrific. Here he fouls it down the left field line and out of play.
I tell you, when you play for a city and you come back as an opposing player, you long to have the type of reaction that Denard Span got. That is something he'll never forget.
Yeah, you wonder, are they going to remember me? They did. Get on the ground to second. Murphy's got it, and that's how this game gets started. 1 out. And here's Pagan.
That's the response we're talking about.
Pagan hitting .282, 7 home runs, 39 driven in. He's 4 hits in 11 at bats lifetime, and he takes wide. 1 ball and no strikes. Giants with a 30-25 record on the road. There's a call strike. By the way, the home plate umpire is Jerry Davis. Then it's Torres, Drake, and Holbrook from 1st to 3rd.
And Jerry Davis, you're going to see some high strikes, belt high strikes, a lot of them, man. I think he's a high ball guy. And the thing too about Jerry Davis, I mean, you can surprise him with a big curveball. And for Gio Gonzalez, that's not a good thing.
The pitch is wide. It's 3-1.
The numbers for Gonzalez in 21 starts, 6-9 with a 4.29 ERA, 115 strikeouts, 120 innings. It tells you what type of stuff he has. It's good.
Out of play, 3-2.
The low 3/4 release. He's a low 90s guy with a big curveball, and that's really his one pitch. It just jumps off the page at you, and he'll ride that thing. That's a strikeout pitch. He also throws a changeup. Lifetime against the Giants, 3-4 with a 3.14 ERA.
Ball back. So Gonzalez, a new baseball as he rubs it up. Pagan went 4 for 13 with a home run in the Philadelphia series. Trying to get on for Eduardo Nunez, and a little pop-up down the right field line and out of play. This is a ballpark that from our vantage point, you really have to almost hesitate before you make any type of call. And he got him.
Fastball inside corner. And that pitch right there will tell both pitches that there's going to be some width on that side of the plate. Now look at the target from Ramos. He doesn't move the glove, and that's what sells the pitch.
So here's Nunez. Nunez takes a strike.
Take a look at the defense for the Nationals. Starting in the outfield from left to right, Worth, Turner, and Harper. Got Espinosa and Rendon on the left side of the infield. Murphy and Robinson on the right side. Ramos, he'll be in the squad, putting down the sides. Really good arms on the corner in the outfield with Worth and Harper. Two of the best in the National League East.
And the 0-2 pitch is down low. It's 1-2. See the numbers for Nunez, hitting .289. That's combined between the Twins and the Giants. 17 at bats for Nunez in a Giants uniform. One of the hits that he got in the Giants uniform was against Gonzalez that knocked in a pair of runs on Sunday at AT&T Park. He takes it in the dirt. No swing. And Nunez goes from 0-2 to 3-2.
Now that pitch right there, that curveball in the dirt, because of its size, it gets a lot of right-handers to swing at. And when he's ahead of a guy and he's got a pitch he could waste, he'll try and bounce it on home plate. That's a big strikeout pitch for him.
He pops this fastball out of play at 92. Buster Posey waiting in the wings. The Nationals are coming off a series in Arizona where they just beat on the Diamondbacks. And Nunez may hit him. He's going to reach one way or the other. We're going to say it was a walk until further notified.
It could have just caught the uniform. Yeah, it did. That's a hit batsman. So we'll wait for the official score to acknowledge that. But hey, he's on base.
Here's Buster Posey. Buster hitting .291. He's got 12 home runs, 50 runs batted in. He does have a home run lifetime against Gio Gonzalez. 7 hits in 24 at bats. Soft toss, and Nunez, who's got 28 steals, is being held on, and he won't be afraid to go. We've seen that already since he's put on a Giants uniform. And now they got him picked off, and he's out. So he won't be afraid to go, but in this particular case, he gets picked off. Samardzija coming out. Takes him on, and this is the lineup that he'll be facing. It'll be Turner, Worth, Harper, and then he's still red hot, and that's Daniel Murphy, followed by Ramos, Rendon, and Clint Robinson. Zimmerman's still banged up. Danny Espinosa, he will hit in the A spot, and then of course Gio Gonzalez will hit ninth.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be the big right-hander Jeff Samardzija, 6'5", 225-pounder. He's 31 years old, 9-7 with a 4.30 ERA. The 2014 National League All-Star, making start number 22, an ERA of .430 with, if you look at the strikeouts, 99 against 34 walks, almost a 3 to 1 strikeout walk ratio. Outstanding. How's he do it? Good fastball. You're going to see 92 to 97 miles an hour with 2 types of fastball, a cut and a sink. He also has a slider and a split, or a circle change rather.
And here's the very speedy Trey Turner. And the first pitch is a call strike to Trevor Brown. Brown doing the catching tonight. Actually caught the ball game yesterday with Matt Moore and did a good job. It's sharply foul. Turner hitting at .312. He's got a home run. He hit a home run in this last series in Arizona. I mentioned the Nationals had their way with Arizona. These were the 3 scores: 14-1, 10-4, and 8-3. A high fastball, and it's foul back.
And I think he's elevating that fastball by design. And that's a good thing. The fact that he started off at the knees and he's able to go up in an 0-2 count. It's exactly what the Giants are looking for.
And the breaking ball is wide. 1-2. Worth and then Harper. So you got a couple of righties and then a lefty. And a fly ball center field for Span. And Span with lots of room, and he puts it away.
Let's take a look at the Giants defensively tonight, starting in the outfield from left to right. It'll be Pagan, Span, and Pence. Crawford, Nunez on the left side of the infield, Adrianza and Posey on the right side. Trevor Brown, he'll be in the squad putting down the signs.
Worth at .254. He's got 13 home runs, 46 runs batted in. He's got a lifetime home run off of Samardzija. And he takes a pitch just wide. Not wide by much. 1 ball and no strikes. And a strike. So 94 from Jeff Samardzija. Nationals are 11 games over 500 at home. And because they had no success against the Dodgers, they're still under 500 against the West. Shot up the middle and a base hit. Samardzija looks in his glove to see what happened, and that's the first base runner of the ball game. Worth's at bats against Samardzija, at least the ones in San Francisco, were really good.
Just kind of back controlling it right back up the middle. I mean, not a very aggressive swing. Certainly not the type of swing you would expect to see for a guy with power.
So here's Harper. Harper hitting at .234. 20 home runs, 56 driven in. And the pitch, there's a call, strike at the knees. Harper 2 for 10 lifetime against Jeff Samardzija. The Nationals are like a lot of teams. They do not supply you with negative numbers on their players in the stat sheet. The Giants are not one of those PR departments. If a guy's going bad, the Giants will supply the numbers to tell you that he's going bad. That is not the case here in Washington. And that comes from the top, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, your year is your year. I mean, if you're going good, you got to.
On the ground, Crawford dives. His throw to second. Not in time. It squirts away from Adrianza, and Worth goes to third. Crawford trying to make a play is going to end up with an error.
Yeah, and it is unfortunate. He tried to make something out of it, and he almost pulls it off. This would have been a brilliant play. The throw goes wide to the right of Adrianza, who had committed his momentum towards the play. And he couldn't come back to his right once it got past him, and Worth moved up 90 feet. Now it's an error for Crawford. And if there's a spectacular way to get an error, I guess that would be it.
Here's Murphy. Murphy red hot, hitting .358. And he takes a strike. Worth at third. Harper is the base runner at first. Harper's got 15 steals. Brown set up away, and they'll throw to first. A bit wide.
It's the one guy who has just been on fire. Probably the hottest hitter in the league.
Well, the notes for the Nationals will tell you that he's been on fire. They will not tell you that Harper had a bad trip. Inside.
Right now we're going to look at our Nissan keys of the game. And number one, Denard Span, stay hot. He really heated up in the Philly series, and he'd love to do it here against his former team. And number two, don't let Murphy beat you. And right now they have an open base. They do not have to let him swing the bat. These are our Nissan keys to the game.
And the left field a base hit. Coming in to score is Worth. To third goes Harper.
When he's hot, he'll use the whole field from line to line. Almost impossible to defend. You can't load up one side of the defense. Two-seamer, ball's up. He inside-outs it down the left field line. And we always talk about the best foundation in the game. He sets up wide, doesn't have much of a stride. The head stays very still. And he goes with where that pitch is. And I think he thinks opposite gap hard stuff. And if you throw him soft stuff, that's what speeds his bat up.
So here's Ramos. Ramos sitting at .331, 16 home runs, 59 runs batted in. And he drives one to Hunter Pence, and Pence is going to make the catch. And tagging and scoring is Harper.
A good situational at bat from Ramos. He does it early in the count. I think a lot of guys in that situation like to try and do that early in the count.
So here's Anthony Rendon. Rendon at .265, 13 home runs. He's got 46 runs batted in. He'll hit with Murphy at first and 2 outs. And it's low, 1 ball and no strikes. The game on Sunday that Gonzalez started, Gonzalez pitched pretty well. He gave up only 1 earned run. Mike may have mentioned that earlier.
He probably shouldn't have given up anything. They did play well defensively behind him.
Hit on the ground to third. Nunez charging and throwing, and that'll end the inning. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 left. After 1, it's the Nationals 2 and the Giants nothing.
Can we go?
Is brought to you by AAA. Get a free road trip day pack with a AAA insurance quote. Go to AAA.com/roadtrip or a AAA branch for details. Restrictions apply.
Here's Buster Posey, and Buster takes a called strike. Buster Posey was at the plate when Gio Gonzalez picked off Eduardo Nunez. Gonzalez right now isn't wasting any time. He's got the lead. Getting the ball back, and he's throwing it right back to his catcher.
Well, a 2-run lead will make you brave early in a ball game.
Hit into left field. Now going back is Worth, and he'll make the catch. Come out to the ballpark early on Saturday, August 13th, as the Giants honor Hall of Famer Gaylord Perry. It's a statue unveiling ceremony that will begin at 1 o'clock at 2nd and King. First 20,000 fans are going to receive a replica Perry statue, and that's courtesy of Coca-Cola. sfgiants.com/tickets. Here's Pence. Hunter Pence hitting .297, 7 home runs, 37 runs batted in. Hasn't hit Gonzalez well over his career. 2 for 19. But that can all change in one night.
In a hurry.
Three 3-0 with Crawford on deck.
I think it does help when you've seen a pitcher recently like the Giants saw Gonzalez back in the last homestand.
And Pence swinging on the 3-0 pitch, bounces out. And here's Crawford. Crawford hitting .267. He's got 10 big flies, 67 runs batted in. He leads the Giants in that department. Right now trying to get on for Trevor Brown, and he'll wrap this one foul, and it's 0-1. Giants are 10-10 against the National League East. And in the 4-game series between these two teams at AT&T Park last weekend, the Nationals won the first 2 games in that series. Giants came back and won the last 2. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Crawford, and it's high. And it was then where the Nationals went into Arizona and just blew right through the D-backs. One to Crawford. Outside corner strike, 1-2.
Well, they're a confident team, and I mean, we're talking all facets of their game. Swinging the bats, playing defense, their bullpen's throwing well. With the addition of Mark Melancon at the trade deadline, I mean, they're a totally different dynamic in their pen now.
And Crawford out swinging to end the inning. Samardzija back out, and he'll go after Clint Robinson. It's 2-0 Nationals.
Banquet, June 4th, 2009, Nationals Park. That's when Randy Johnson became the 24th pitcher and the 6th left-hander in Major League history to record 300 career wins. Brian Wilson got the save, and it was game 1 of a doubleheader. That is our timeless moment, brought to you by Coors Banquet.
In the rain.
In the rain.
Here's Clint Robinson, and he lines the first pitch at Pence, and Pence is going to make the catch in self-defense. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Wow, what a bullet. And speaking of bullet throwers, it was Randy Johnson on a rainy day here in Washington, and he would do what many dream of doing, and that is win 300 games at the big league level. That ensures your ticket to Cooperstown. And Brian Wilson got the save. Great memory.
Here's Espinoza. And he takes a strike, hitting .224, 18 home runs. And he's got 55 runs batted in. And a little pop-up that'll drift foul and out of play.
One thing that is a bit relaxing is that in most booths, broadcast booths around baseball, you have to be aware there could be a foul ball. Maybe we had it happen yesterday. There was a ball that came into our booth. Here, no problem. There is no chance of getting a foul ball up here.
And that pitch is wide. It's 1-2.
And there's the view that we have. I mean, it's a beautiful, and we can see all over Washington, D.C. At the very top. it's tougher on the play-by-play guy than the analyst.
And that fastball is high. It's 2-2.
Simply because the play-by-play guy watches the field, where I watch the TV monitor. So that's what Kipe sees right there.
Which does not imply Mike could do his job from home.
It can still happen.
Swing and a miss. Foul. Brown hangs on for strikeout for Samardzija. And here's Gonzalez.
Batting practice today in this ballpark was entertaining. It was pretty live all over the ballpark. Right center is the hot spot of this ballpark. And as live as BP was today, nowhere near as live as what we saw in Philadelphia. That's a much more offensive ballpark. This ballpark's a little more fair, especially to the left side of the field.
Gonzalez, who is 3 for 30, just took a big swing and a miss. And that's high and foul and out of play. It's 0-2. And that will end the inning. So the Giants not trying to get on the board. They'll have Brown, Adrianza, and Samardzija coming up. It's 2-0 Nationals.
Bay Area is brought to you by Big O Tires. Tires, service, straight talk. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Well, the Baltimore Orioles are in town for interleague play Friday, August 12th through the 14th. And Sunday, August 14th, we're giving away Hunter Pinn solar bobble bodies to the first 20,000 fans courtesy of Coca-Cola. So get your tickets right now at sfgiants.com/tickets. So you think the bobble boilers is gaining any steam?
No, I don't.
I do not. Haven't heard a whole lot about it.
Brown, Adrianza, Samardzija. Giants have had one base runner, and we're not sure if Nunez was hit by a pitch or if it was a walk. The Nationals have not let us know that. There's a strike to even the count.
We look out at the gate over the left field wall, and people are still coming into this ballpark. The one thing about this ball yard, a really large number of people will come by way of the rails.
Brown takes it low, 3-1. It's a beautiful park. And by the way, if you're driving around the park, seats are still available.
Yes, they are.
Tap foul.
But I think along about the third inning now, as this thing starts to continue to fill up, I think they're going to have a pretty sizable crowd. A lot of Giants fans here. A little look of concern on that group right there. It's early. Hang in there.
Hit into right center field, and it's Turner who makes the catch. And here's Adrianza.
Saw that family in New York. The Giants were playing the Yankees last road trip. So welcome back.
Adrianza is 3 for 12 this year. And he hits one up the middle, and it's Espinosa. And that'll bring up Samardzija.
Get your orange and black on, head out to the yard. I mean, we say it in every ballpark we're at. Giants fans travel well, and Washington, D.C., no exception. A lot of folks around town at the hotel.
Hey, a weekend in Washington, D.C. See the sights during the day, see a ball game at night. Samardzija 7 for 44. And it's 2-2. He's got a spot, and we see it in batting practice, that at a certain velocity and a certain location, he can hit it a long way. And that, there, the velocity got to him. 3 strikeouts for Gonzalez. Top of the order coming up. It's 2-0 Nationals.
Coverage of baseball is brought to you by T-Mobile. Yesterday, Eduardo Nunez makes the defensive play of the series. This was the first out in the 9th inning or 10th inning of a 1-run ball game, and he winds up getting Aaron Altair for the first out. And for a guy who had made a couple errors going into that play right there, that gave him the confidence that the Giants were hoping he'd find. That's our greater coverage of baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile.
And that made it a clean inning for Santiago Casilla. He's in a good spot, that little guy.
That's a good seat right there. That's position A.
Here's Turner. And Turner takes a strike. He hit a fly ball to Denard Span to open up the bottom of the first inning.
You know, and he's been in that seat a lot.
Plus, he's got his are those Cheetos?
Looks like Cheetos.
Yeah. I'm not sure you could wrestle those Cheetos away from me.
Or you, as a matter of fact.
I've been eyeballing them. Where are they sitting?
I know. I'm not going to tell you. You'll go down and take that away from that young little guy.
Hunter Pence coming a long way, and Hunter Pence is going to have it bounce off of him. And the luck for Samardzija is still bad.
Just a little Texas leaguer. Hunter Pence had a pretty good jump on it too. I thought he might be able to run it down, and in the end, about 2 feet short. And with Trey Turner's speed, that's an easy double.
Yep.
And there's the luck you're talking about. You make a good pitch, guy hits a little pop-up, you're thinking, all right, there we go. And then all of a sudden you got a runner standing at second base to start off an inning. And it becomes a stress inning.
Worth singled up the middle, a ball that Samardzija thought he had. And then he eventually scored. Low, you got to keep an eye on Turner. He's got 8 steals. He hasn't been caught. He's the fastest guy in uniform for both teams. Stepping in 2-0.
Samardzija thinking strikeout here. Runner at second, nobody out. One thing you do know, if you're Samardzija, Gio Gonzalez got it going right now. So you got to try and match those zeros.
Three 3-0. Samardzija take a little bit of a walk off to the side of the mound. Hunter Pence will catch, and we'll see if Turner's going to tag. And he is going to tag, and he will make it standing.
So productive out. There's not a whole lot you can do with the speed of Turner. Once that fly ball went beyond medium depth, even with Pence's arm, you're just not going to match up.
Harper single past Crawford in the first inning. And he takes wide. It's 1-0.
Nationals playing great baseball right now, and they really don't have this weapon firing on any piston, let alone all pistons.
And this pop-up is fouled out of play.
Now you look at last year's hot zone, and just about anywhere in the strike zone you throw it, he's going to barrel it up. And compare it to 2016, it's a different guy. And it has everything to do with how he's able to cover the strike zone. Last year he was dialed, he was balanced, He's using the whole field this year. He's been pulling off the ball badly, and he really has lost coverage of the strike zone.
And he shoots it foul. It's now 1-2.
And what happens when you put up good numbers like he did last year, and he had a brilliant year, is they start to haunt you. You start getting late into the season, you realize you're not going to be able to put up the same numbers, and you start to press. You try to go up there and hit 5-run homers every at bat. And he's still a young player. And that's something that he eventually will learn how to do, because he's going to play this game a long time.
And that's foul. It's 97 from Samardzija and Harper.
Bryce Harper, 23 years old. He's in his 5th year at the big league level. And even though he's been around 4+ years, you know, he's still a young player. So much you have to learn in this game. And learning how to deal with slumps, that's a big part of it. And for the most part of his career, he's never really had to do that.
Low. 2-2. So once that ball went in the dirt, Jerry Davis threw it out. He got a few more baseballs from the ball boy. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Popped him up. Who's it going to be? Out of play. First row right behind the Giants dugout.
Will the guy get it? Oh, yeah. Nice. Everybody okay? Everybody happy?
I think we got one fan that is a little unhappy. I think he's offering it up.
That's the smile you're looking for. Mission accomplished.
And that's going to be at Hunter Pence, and that's going to be a sacrifice fly. It's 3-0.
So the situational at bat has been a friend of the Nationals tonight. 2 sac flies, and they add to their lead.
So here's Murphy. Murphy singled in the first inning, then knocked in a run. And he takes inside for a ball, 1-0.
Good pitch right there. That's what he wanted. You're facing a hot hitter and you make a corner pitch, and in your mind you think it's a strike. You want it. The difference between 0-1 and 1-0 to a hitter like Murphy, that's a huge deal. You get a little anger and overthrow the next pitch, and now you got a 2-0 count, and you've got to come into him. And that's all a hot hitter wants. He wants it that you have to throw him a strike. He's like a spider on a web. He's waiting for a dinner.
Adrianza on one hop. That's going to end the inning. The Nationals add a run to the Lincoln Memorial. You also see a 3-0 lead for the Nationals. At Nationals Park in the first inning, Denard Span, who spent a lot of time in a Nationals uniform, got a terrific ovation from these fans here at the ballpark. Tipped his cap and said, "All right, let's go." So here he is to lead off the fourth inning. Not back to normal.
Yeah, now he's just another player from another team.
Yeah, there will be no ovations for Denard Span from here on out.
Maybe tomorrow night with the new crowd. Look out. Breaking ball kind of squirted out of his hand.
Pagan on deck. And then Nunez.
Ooh, pitcher strike there. Giants need to get a leadoff hitter on. They need to get Gio Gonzalez into the stretch.
And it's 1-2.
Gonzalez only had to get into a stretch one time, and that's with 2 outs in the first inning. He walked Eduardo Nunez. And then Nunez got picked off.
Slowly hit to Murphy. Time now for a Togo's big play the Togo's way. Yesterday in the 10th, Denard Span off of Severino Gonzalez. Severino gave it up. Span hit it out, and the Giants had a happy plane ride to Washington, D.C. And now it's time for the offense to get off the train. And here's Pagan. And he rolls it foul.
It is a different rhythm. When you travel as a group, you get used to a certain rhythm. And the game's over, you hop on the bus, you drive up to a plane, you go up the ladder, get on the plane, fly out, get on the ladder, get on a bus, head out. When you're going on a train, it's just a whole different deal.
Yeah, I don't. You're not meaning that to be a negative.
Not at all.
It was really a great change of pace for everybody.
Yeah, very enjoyable. Plus, you got a chance to see the countryside between Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. It's about an hour and 45-minute, 2-hour train ride. You go through Wilmington, Delaware, and it's fun.
When you're in a car, you see the front yards. When you're in a train, you see the backyards. It's great.
It is great. Brandon Crawford enjoyed it. Just seems like Gio Gonzalez has been on top of everybody 0-2 all night long.
Yep. He struck out Pagan looking in the first. Pagan wasn't exactly in agreement.
Giants still looking for hit number 1. There's Mike Maddox, the pitching coach for the Nationals. Good baseball man.
Driven to left. Worth back. Worth looking up. It is out of here. And the Giants are on the board. It's 3-1.
And that's the first hit they're looking for.
And home run number 8 on the year for Pagan.
So he comes at him with a challenge fastball just belt high out over the plate, and Pagan, who really has been the best offensive player the Giants have had, continues to stay hot.
Here's Nunez.
Backspin. Just watch Jason Worth get back on it. All of a sudden, he runs out of room.
This is hit on the ground, and Rendon has it, gets up and throws it. And Nunez is out. Nice play.
Nice play. If that ball gets past Rendon, that's a base hit.
Buster Posey hit a fly ball to left field. And there's the play that Rendon made after he goes down to his belly. And the pitch to Buster Posey is a strike at the knees.
Eight home runs for Angel Pagan.
Foul back. It's 0-2.
Plus, with that swing of the bat, that ball goes out of the ballpark. Now, all of a sudden, everybody in the Giants dugout, they're not thinking about getting the first hit of the ball game. Now it's let's get more. Let's add on. Let's score. I mean, it's amazing when you go several innings at the start of a game without a hit, you start thinking about that. And I think at times you forget how to compete. And if you get into the 6th, 7th, and 8th inning and you haven't had a hit, now all of a sudden that completely takes over the game.
High to Buster Posey. It's 1-2. Giants won that game yesterday in Philadelphia, and Buster Posey never saw the field. There's a check swing roller behind Billy Hayes.
Well, you figured he wasn't going to start the day game after night game when he had to catch 12 innings in game number 2 of that series with Philly. And that's the one thing about having your centerpiece of your lineup be your catcher. I mean, there's days you're going to lose him.
He went 3 for 9 in that series. And he rolls it foul. And Hunter Pence will pick it up. Hunter Pence gave it to the mascot. Hit into right center field, and moving over is Harper, and that'll end the inning. Angel Pagan not only picks up the Giants' first hit, but he also knocks in the Giants' first run. It's bye-bye baby. It's 3-1 Nationals.
CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Amici's East Coast Pizzeria. When you want the best pizza in town, Amici's delivers.
Well, Thursday, August 18th through the 21st, the Mets are in town. Soon, Sunday, that 21st, is Pixar Day. It's presented by Monterey Bay Aquarium. Your special event ticket will include a Finding Dory snow globe. Oh, yeah, and you get a ticket to see the Giants take on the Mets. sfgiants.com/special events. Check it out.
Here's Ramos, and it'll be Ramos who had a sacrifice fly in the first inning. And Samardzija about to throw pitch number 45, and it's a call strike. Rendon, and then Robinson.
Ideal conditions for baseball. Absolutely perfect.
Ain't gonna miss.
Just a trickling of wind. An easy night to get a sweat. Get perspiration on your arm if you're a pitcher. I mean, it's going to go into your hand. You have a good feel of the ball. The rosin's going to be sticky. It's just a great night to have a good grip on a baseball. Everybody's legs are loose. Baseball weather.
And that pitch, a waste pitch, it's 1-2.
You know, when the Giants first went to Petco Park in San Diego, a lot of the downtown area in San Diego was being developed, was being built up, and it's the skyline behind Petco Park is gorgeous. And the same thing has happened here in Washington. When they first opened up this ballpark, there wasn't a lot of development behind the ballpark, and now the neighborhood is filled in. And it's just gorgeous. Absolutely spectacular venue.
Got him.
Good hard slider.
Giants Insider Podcast is sponsored by Max Muscle Sports Nutrition and is live on CSNBayArea.com. You can log on each week as insider Alex Pavlovich talks baseball. And it's also available on iTunes. Here's Rendon. And Rendon takes a pitch just a little bit in. He bounced out to Nunez in the first inning. And it's low. 2-0. On deck is first baseman Clint Robinson. And it's low, 3-0.
Little sling there to delivery, thrown across body. When you get sling, your release point starts to vary, and it's not out in front of you, and it's not really that controllable.
So a 4-pitch walk.
We talked about the mechanics of Samardzija. It's really been a combination in the second half when he hasn't had the same type of numbers that he had in the first 10 starts of the season. When he got to a great start, the ERA in the 2s, just dominant with all of his pitches. And now, I mean, he's had some pretty rotten luck, but he's also had those periods of inconsistency where he'll throw 2 good innings and then all of a sudden he'll have 1 inning that he just all of a sudden seems to elevate. He loses command. He gets behind in the count a lot. He has to come in and he makes hittable location pitches.
Rendon's got 12 steals, so you got to keep an eye on him. He does not go, and there's a call strike, so that will even up the count. Robinson hit a line drive right at Hunter Pence in the second inning. Danny Espinosa is waiting in the wings. And a quick toss, and Rendon is back.
This is game 4 on this road trip. 3 cities, 3 games in each city. All in hot towns, but so far that has not been an issue. And the pitch is outside and high. 2 balls and a strike.
All over the city, we were talking about how good the weather was when we got off the train last night. And all of the locals here saying, oh, you should have been here last week. It was brutal. And we've seen it here where it's mid-90s or high 90s and humid, and it's pretty unbearable.
Yeah, it can get rough. Nationals here in the bottom of the 4th. Nope. Samardzija looking in like, where is it?
He'd much prefer to have had the 2-2 count instead of the 3-1 count. Set up in the outside corner, the movement just takes it off the plate. Jerry Davis says, no, outside. When you're in a mechanical funk, you create opportunity for free, and this is what's happened here with a couple of walks. So Trevor Brown sensing a little frustration with Jeff Samardzija going to come out and try and calm the big man down. And the first thing Samardzija is going to say is, where are those pitches? And that's when you seriously need honesty out of your catcher. Veteran catcher will say they're outside. A young catcher, he'll say, oh, they're good pitches. But you don't need to hear that now. You need to hear the truth.
Espinosa struck out in the 2nd. So Samardzija trying to come up with a shutdown inning. Strike, so he jumps out in front, and it's no balls and 1 strike.
Curveball.
Yeah, how many of those we've seen tonight?
Not many. Not many all year. But it's such a great pitch because when you're going to take your at-bats off of Samardzija, you're thinking about high velocity 2-seam, high velocity cut. You're not thinking about his secondary pitches. His curveball, his slider, changeup.
And this will be a double play, and that'll end the inning. Samardzija catches a break. We'll head to the 5th. Pence will lead things off. It's 3-1 Nationals.
Accurate Grand Slam giveaway on CSN, and Guadalupe Ortiz Jr., you will win an Acura MDX if a Giants player hits a Grand Slam this inning. So go to AcuraNorCalDealers.com for more information on how to enter. And Guadalupe, we're rooting for you. Hard.
Very hard. As Hunter Pence stands in. Hunter Pence on a 3-0 count bounced out to third. Here he hits one high and foul and down the right field line.
You can always tell when Hunter Pence is going good because he'll take the outside pitch and he will drive the outside pitch right through the right center field gap. And the outside pitch and how he handles it really tells you all you need to know about where he's at with his swing.
Crawford on deck.
One of the few changeups that Gonzalez has thrown. That was a good one. He's had his weapons going pretty much since first inning.
Foul back. Three-one Nationals, fifth inning. Got him. Well, the Mets are in town, and Thursday and Friday games, as that series will start on the 18th, will be 7:15 starts. The Saturday game, the 20th, giving away 2-for-1 flight vouchers courtesy of Virgin America to the first 40,000 fans. sfgiants.com/tickets. Here's Crawford. Crawford with a bunt, and it's going to be out of play. Well, it's not a good bunt, but it's the second best thing that can happen on a bunt. And have it go foul and nobody can catch it.
So either get the hit, go foul. I'm impressed right here. Sorry, we were talking about the bump, but I'm distracted. That is talent.
This is driven into center field, but it's right at Turner. Well, the guy's got the size of hands of Ozzie Newsome, for crying out loud.
So there's spoken like a true Cleveland Brown fan.
Well, he's the GM for the Ravens.
Well, he was a player for the Browns.
Yeah, that's true, but
I mean, you don't talk about a GM's hands. He's got to be a receiver, doesn't he?
Lives in this area. Is Brown a swing and a miss?
Yep.
That guy.
Talent. See, I could do that and hold it in my kitchen, but walking down a flight of stairs, 100 yards.
I can do it if they're empty. Low to Brown, 2 balls and 1 strike.
I mean, best athletes aren't always on the field, I guess.
There's a strike, so that'll even up the count at 2-2.
They're really using that changeup. It's become a nice weapon this time through the lineup.
Little pop up into center field, but it's right at Turner, and that's going to end the inning. So Giants go quietly. Bottom of the 5th coming up. is always about to happen. They believe it. They know something right here is about to go our way.
That's the vibe you look for. And when it comes, it's magical.
Here's Gonzalez, who looks at a strike.
Matt Moore yesterday, 6 innings, 3 hits allowed, 6 walks, 7 strikeouts, and it was a very tight strike zone yesterday. Both pitchers suffered because of it.
Hit well to left. Pagan on the move, and Pagan's going to make the catch. He got a hanger, and he almost hit it out.
He almost hit it out. Let's go back to Matt Moore yesterday and take a look at how he was striking people out. Good curveball, good fastball, good curveball, good fastball, good fastball, good curveball, good curveball. It really was pretty much 2 pitches. He's got a changeup, but didn't really throw a lot of them. He didn't have to. Impressive first outing.
Here's Turner. Turner a little bloop single to right field, and then he eventually scored on a sacrifice fly.
So start number 1 out of the way for Matt Moore, and he definitely feels like he's part of this team now.
So he will pitch in Miami.
Getaway day. Or is it getaway day? Maybe it's not. He pitches Tuesday, and then Samardzija pitches getaway day.
Lined left field, deep, and gone. That's his second of the year, and it's 4-1. Gonzalez almost got Samardzija. Turner does.
And the difference is backspin. It's a real flat swing from Turner. He's a guy with a lot of speed you don't want to walk, and because of that you say, okay, I'm going to challenge him. And he makes it look easy. That swing right there, you're thinking, how does he only have 2?
There may be more on the way. But Turner, it was only his 80th at bat. So Worth takes a called strike.
Oh yeah, home runs make you smile.
Worth will break down as he went at it. It's 0-2.
He can look as bad as anybody that ever played the game on a pitch, and then come back the next pitch and you'll throw the same pitch and you hit it off the wall.
That'll be out of play.
And I guess, I mean, a lot of it has to do that he's 6'5", and I think that can happen more to tall hitters than perhaps small hitters. They have a little more swing to control. But we've seen it, and if you're pitching against it and the guy takes a swing off you like that on a breaking ball, you're thinking, I got this guy. I'm going to throw him breaking balls till I can't throw another one. That's a good pitch.
Pagan going back, and Pagan reaches up and he makes the catch. Nice play.
Now the Nationals picking on left field right now. This one just out on the end of the bat. Pagan, high backhander, not a problem.
Harper. almost to the back foot of Harper. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, that's the delivery we're talking about. That it shows you that he's still searching for mechanics. That sling, where he just gets it out, drops it a little bit lower, and now all of a sudden the arm action comes across body, and now all of a sudden you're trying to control a release point that has about 4 inches of play in it. And really, when that happens, you really don't know where it's going. And that's a nice adjustment right there. Constantly evaluating your pitches, your arm slot, your release point, your balance, your mechanics when you're out there. And whatever pitch you throw, you make an adjustment. Either try to repeat it or make the correction with your stride, with your arm angle.
So there are times when guys like Samardzija would rather be 5'9".
Well, it's an advantage because you don't have as much body to control, as much arm to control. It's easier to stay in an arm slot. Harper not going to help you out. He's got a good eye, and he will take a walk.
High and foul down the left field line and out of play.
That's the pitch that we saw Harper have so much trouble with in San Francisco, and that's a fastball last year. If you made the mistake out in the middle of the plate, he did not miss it. And you throw a pitch like that to him, and last year you were backing up third. This year, just fouled him off.
Lines this one right at Pagan, and that'll end the inning. So a run on the home run by Turner. 6th inning coming up. 5, or make it 4-1 Nationals. Giants won. The Nationals get that run back on the Turner home run. So now for the Giants, it'll be Adrianza, Samardzija, and Span. And a pitch down low. Adrianza bounced out to short, giving Joe Panik a night off. You accomplish two things. One, you give Joe Panik a night off against a tough lefty, and you get Adrianza some at bats.
He needed to get some action because he really had a nice swing coming out of Sacramento.
He is a true shortstop and a good one. 2-2.
Just take a little off, pounding that outside corner.
Joe Panik. Right down the middle of the plate.
Well, time now for our McDonald's True Stories. On this date, 1986, Steve Carlton struck out Eric Davis to record his 4,000th career strikeout. He retired with 4,136 Ks, which is now fourth place on the all-time list behind Nolan Ryan, Randy Johnson, and Roger Clemens.
And Samardzija on the first pitch, a little pop-up on 2 outs. Well, that was when lefties started to bounce around with different teams.
Left the Phillies, came over to us, San Francisco.
Guy.
Then he wound up with the Twins, I think. Great guy, good teammate. Got a chance to play with him in Philadelphia and in San Francisco. You know, he never really spoke for years to the press when he was in Philadelphia. And one of the stipulations was when he came over to the Giants is that you would talk to the press, and he did. He totally complied with Al Rosen's request. Really a very bright, articulate guy, and funny. But you didn't see any of that when he was with Philly because he wasn't talking to the press.
Span has rolled out to second twice. A strike to even the count. Fouled off the end of the bat and off the backstop. Pagan's on deck. Pagan's got the only hit in this game for the Giants, and that's a hit in the fourth that left the park. Giants have hit that home run, and Turner's got the other home run, and that one's for the Nationals. So it's 1-2 to Denard Span.
You know he'd like to get a hit here for a lot of reasons. One, to tell these people he played for, he still got it.
Two pitch. Here it is to Denard Span, and Span hits one right back up the middle, and he's got a base hit. Gonzalez is saying something to Span like, I had that.
You know, Span was such a popular player here. I know that there are some National fans thinking, you know what, I hope Denard Span gets 4 hits and the Nats win. I mean, he was that popular here. Talking it over with Clint Robinson at first base. Right under the glove.
So Pagan steps up, 1 for 2.
Can't quite get down low enough.
And a strike, and it's 0-1. Angel Pagan struck out looking in the first, and then he hit the home run in the fourth. 2 hits now for the Giants.
Still trying to go to that outside corner with the off-speed stuff. Why not? It's really been a good pitch for him this second time through the lineup.
1-2.
Backed it up. Another changeup. This was the swing of the bat in the 4th inning that put the Giants on the board. And at that time, the Giants hadn't had a hit. For Pagan, homer number 8 on the year. Pagan has 8 home runs, 4 right-handed, 4 left-handed.
Yeah, that's a little unusual. Usually don't see splits like that.
Usually, power-wise, switch hitter will have more power on one side.
Got him. 3 in a row. 6 strikeouts for Gonzalez. Murphy to lead things off.
You by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places. And by Xfinity. X1 from Xfinity will change the way you experience TV.
The Nationals here in the bottom of the 6th with a 4-1 lead. Samardzija gave up 2 runs in the 1st, a run in the 3rd, a run in the 5th. Here he'll go after Murphy, Ramos, and Rendon. And the Giants will not play an overshift on Murphy, but they will play him to pull. And he takes a ball, 1 ball and no strikes.
Again, a long look in from Samardzija, Jerry Davis.
You know, the longest looks he's made have been Murphy at the plate. Ramos is on deck.
When you watch a hitter get really hot, you watch how he's doing it, you watch his swing, and hitters will absolutely bird dog a guy that's on fire. And what you always see is balance in the lower body. And it's just a relaxed stride. It's a controlled stride, and that foot gets down early. And now all of a sudden you're in control of your balance as you start to throw the backside through the ball. And it all resonates out the bat head. You have control of it. You see the pitches well. You're taking the corner strikes or the corner pitches that are called balls. just locked in. And you also have that confidence that you know you're going to hit the ball hard.
And the 3-1 is Murphy's going to look for something he can hit here. And he gets it high down the right field line into the corner and caught.
I mean, that was a wrestling match with Hunter Pence. Not a whole lot of wind, but it looks like this absolutely affected the play. And Murphy comes very close to knocking out home run number 21.
Stay on your feet, Hunter.
Yeah, we got money on you.
Ramos 0 for 1, a sacrifice fly, and then he struck out looking. With Rendon on deck, it's 4-1 Nationals, and the pitch. Look out. Off-speed pitch, 2 balls and no strikes. The game between the Rockies and the Marlins now just underway in Colorado. In tight 3-0, the next series for the Giants will be against the Marlins. And I mention that because if you're not really careful, you can have your staff and bullpen just get torn up in that ballpark. Ramos with the green light and a foul back.
3 times the Nationals have swung through a 3-0 pitch tonight against Samardzija. Do not have a hit on it. And you know, this is the month where you're most vulnerable as a pitching staff. You know, you're into your 5th month. If you count spring training, your 6th month. Arms get tired.
That's struck well into center field, and Span on the move, and he's going to look up, and it's gone. Ramos hits his 17th of the year, and it's now 5-1. So it's likely that Ramos got a pretty good pitch to hit.
Now you got to hang and break the ball. 3-run break a ball. He goes get it in with the mindset and just sort of lays it out right over the middle of the plate at the belt. And watch Ramos. He knows it right out as he leaves. Gone. Home run number 17.
So here's Rendon. And Rendon takes a strike. Rendon bounced out to Nunez at 3rd in the 1st, and then he drew a walk in the 4th.
The Nationals they have 7 guys on their team that have double-digit figures in home run totals. And they swing for them. Especially if they know a guy has been up in the zone. And for Wilson Ramos, who's very strong, he takes on center field. Backspin, you can see just how far over the wall it went. They cleared it by a bunch. Real strong set of hands on that man.
And Samardzija with 95 in on the hands, and it's fouled out of play. Foul back. It stays at 1-2. On deck is Clint Robinson. Outside 2-2.
And there's that sling. It seems like every time he tries to go to that outside corner, I mean, that's where he's susceptible to lowering his arm angle just a little bit, and he comes across his body with his release. When you're releasing the ball towards the target, it's almost going to be like you want to reach out and touch the target when you snap your wrist to maximize your velocity and your movement. You want to throw it right through your target. When you're coming across your body, you don't have that feeling. It's almost like you're reaching out and you're trying to stick your hand in your catcher's glove. That's the feeling you want.
And the 2-2. And he got him. And it's such an important location for a right-handed pitcher.
There's Cantos getting up.
Here's Clint Robinson. Robinson is 0 for 1 in a line drive to right. And then he drew a walk in the fourth. And he takes one in tight for a ball, 1-0. And a strike. So the Giants have some catching up to do. And they're going to have to do it against a guy that's in a pretty good rhythm. Although, you know, I see somebody up in the bullpen, or are they just playing around?
Yeah, they got somebody throwing down there. I don't know how serious he is.
This is popped up. And it's going to be Nunez doing the pop-up dance, and that's going to end the inning. So the home run by Ramos. Another run for the Nationals after 6. 5-1 Nationals. a dealer. It's been a quiet night offensively for the Giants. Pagan's got the home run. Samardzija dinged around a bit. He's got 97 pitches, and Gio Gonzalez has been very good. And here it's Nunez to hit first. Giants see if they can get some base runners and then go from there. Nunez walked, and then he hit a bouncing ball to third that Rondon made a nice play on him to take a hit away from Nunez, and there's a call strike.
Blake Treinen, right-hander, getting heated up.
A high breaking ball.
Gonzalez has mixed his pitches very well tonight. He's had full command of them on both sides of the plate.
There's a line drive right at Murphy. And that'll bring up Buster Posey. Buster tonight is flied out twice, once to left, once to right. Strike, and it's 0-1
with the changeup. 95 pitches into his outing. Really hasn't had that many stress throws. He's only been in the stretch twice. Once in the first, once in the sixth, both times with 2 outs. And folks, when your whole evening is out of the windup, just about, you're not taking a lot out of your arm.
So it's 2-1 to Buster Posey. And there's Pence. And Posey a half swing. It's 2-2. Things tomorrow night will get much easier. Is it Stephen Strasburg tomorrow night?
Yeah, much easier. Strasburg on the year, 15-1 with a 2.63 ERA. But tomorrow night he's in for a beating.
Posey lifts one foul. The left field line and out of play. Matt Cain will pitch tomorrow night, and then Madison Bumgarner will round out the series on Sunday against Roark,
who's having a good year, and then they go to Miami and face Jose Fernandez. So look, it's the big leagues. You're going to face some great arms, and they are.
Posey on the ground, foul.
But the Giants, they got some good arms too now. So it just figures to be all about pitching. And when that happens, defense becomes very important. Situational hitting becomes very important. 2 of the runs tonight for the Nationals have come on sacrifice flies, good situational at bats. You have to play clean baseball to beat a good team with a good pitcher.
And Buster Posey out swinging. 7 strikeouts.
Changeup has really been a weapon for Gonzalez, and we've never said that about him. Prior to tonight, when you take your bats against him, it's thinking fastball, curveball, but tonight the changeup has been good.
Yeah, even with bad location. Pence bounced out and struck out. And he takes low. See 102 pitches now for Gonzalez. And there's a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. See the fastball command is very good, and 64% of the time that's what he throws. And this is lifted to right, and it's right at Harper, and that's going to end the inning. So we'll head to the bottom of the 7th. We'll see if Samardzija comes back out. It remains 5-1. All right, let's check out our Ford right choice. These are Gio Gonzalez's strikeouts. He got Pagan in the first inning. He came back in the second and got Brandon Crawford, then Samardzija. Then in the fifth inning, it was Pence, followed by Adrianza. He got Pagan again, and then he struck out Buster Posey on a changeup, and that's our Ford right choice.
And most of those strikeouts have been on the changeup. And I don't think we've ever said that about Gio Gonzalez.
So Samardzija back out, and he'll be facing the bottom of the order. It'll be Espinoza, and then maybe a pinch hitter, and it looks like it is. Watch out, every market game live in HD on MLB.TV Premium on over 400 supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. So here's Danny Espinoza as he's going to lead things off. Espinoza is struck out and he's lined into a double play. On deck is going to be Chris Heisey. So this will be pitch number 98. And it's a called strike. The Nationals have scored in every inning except the second and the fourth. Swing, gonna miss. So he backs it up. It's 0-2.
That's good curveball. Next pitch going to be number 100 for Samardzija. Well, 2 solo home runs, 2 sac fly balls. I mean, that's been a big part of tonight, and it's all magnified when the Giants offense is sort of stagnant. Giants 2 hits against Gonzalez through 7.
And a fastball, and Espinoza got a piece to stay alive. Giants have 6 more outs in this game, so you got to hold it as close as you can.
Well, pretty impressive night tonight for Gio Gonzalez as it comes to an end. I don't think the Giants are disappointed that he's out of this game.
You got him.
Stay with the curveball. Good one. I mean, that's one he needs to start throwing more of. That's a good pitch. And the other thing, too, about it is it's 81 miles per hour. When you're throwing your fastball 93 to 96, you need something that gives you big-time speed variance, and this will do it. You can see Espinoza. This isn't the first one he's seen in this at-bat. He was still off balance reaching for that pitch. And that may be the off-speed pitch that becomes very important for Samardzija as he goes forward.
Here's Heisey. There's the strike. Heisey hitting at 233. No, 223. I beg your pardon. And he comes back with that breaking ball. It's now 1-1. Heisey was a player with the Cincinnati Reds, and Dusty Baker was managing that club. And it's not unusual for managers to bring some players that he's had before. And this pop-up. Brown coming back. Brown waiting. Brown catching. And that'll bring up Trey Turner.
I think Trevor Brown's going to have to work on throwing that helmet away a little bit farther away from where he's standing next time. They almost stepped on him after he caught the ball.
Turner looped a double to right in the third, and then he hit one out of the park in the fifth. And a strike, and it's 0-1. This is what Mike's talking about.
It's technique. You find it, you take your mask off, and then when you locate it, you toss away your mask. But he put it right there by his. He needs to throw it farther. Good breaking ball.
No swing on the appeal. It's a ball and a strike.
Probably should have been called on the pitch.
Yeah, I thought it was a good pitch too.
I never thought that calling breaking balls was Jerry Davis' strength.
Tapped on the ground to Nunez, and that'll end the inning. The Giants will face a new pitcher, and Crawford will lead things off.
Of the San Francisco Giants. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
It's a 5-1 lead for the Nationals when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
New pitcher for the Nationals is going to be the left-hander Sammy Solis, one of two lefties down in that Nats bullpen. 30th time he's come in, 39 strikeouts. Again, 33 and a third. Got a good fastball. You'll see low to high 90s. And he's got a good hard curveball and a changeup. And he'll throw all of them. And he can strike you out with all of them.
And Crawford will take a pitch down low. Crawford is 0 for 2, struck out and is lined out.
This Bochy come over to Samardzija saying he's probably going to be done for the night.
All back.
So Samardzija, I'm sure, is going to be frustrated with some of the things in his outing tonight. But I'll tell you, the one thing that came out of it that's a positive is the curveball was very good. 7 innings, 6 hits allowed, a couple of walks, just 8 base runners, 2 balls left the ballpark.
Tap to short for Espinosa. So one shortstop throws out the other.
Did you like doing that when you had a second baseman ground one to you?
All dependent upon if I like the guy or not.
Well,
I liked most of them, let's put it that way. Here's Trevor Brown, who's hit a fly ball to Trey Turner twice. And he's going to take a call strike. Adrianza to follow. Think about Sammy Solis is he gets the ball back and he wants to throw it right away.
Get it, go guy.
1-2.
I don't know a player that ever played this game that didn't like playing behind a get it, go guy.
Out of play.
You know, after you throw a pitch, I mean, you know what pitch you just threw. It sets up the next pitch just by where the location was, what the movement was, what the speed was. And for Solis, who's got 3 different pitches, I mean, he'll throw a pitch and he knows right away. And he's riding the fastball.
Well, Brown could not catch up to him. So Brown is out, 2 down, and here's Adrianza.
Just a lazy arm that just gets on you quick, and that ball was by him. Tall, lanky.
Adrianza late, and it's out of play. Connor Gillespie's grabbed a bat. He's on deck, and there's a line drive into left field, a base hit. So Adrianza, he turns around a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, and here's Gillespie. So Connor Gillespie had a good series in Philadelphia. Well, 2 for 6, maybe not. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. He's been swinging it good. He's got a nice swing going.
And he lines him down the right field line. That's going to be a base hit. Can Harper dig it out? He does. And they're going to hold Adrianza. And if you're down by 4, you hold him.
Well, she likes it, and if she likes it, I like it. And it's a base hit from getting back into this game mentally as Mike Maddux makes his way out. And for Denard Span, who's got one of the 4 hits the Giants have tonight, this is a great opportunity for him. You want to come back to your home ballpark you played the last several years. You made a name for yourself here the last several years. This is the at-bat you want. The at-bat to get your team back into the game.
There's Kelly.
Sean Kelly set up.
So Span looking to make a dent into this lead. Look out.
Solis 6'5" with long arms. Kind of reminds you of the same type of arm action that Jonathan Sanchez used to have. He was a long armor. Lazy arm.
Hit up the middle. Murphy's got to get rid of it quickly. He does, and they got him. So Span thrown out, and the Giants leave a pair. It's Sports Talk Live, and it's presented by Comcast Business, hosted by Guy Haberman, tonight at 8 on CSN Bay Area. You'll hear from Alex Pavlovich, Marcus Thompson, and Kevin Franson tonight. Check it out. So George Kontos is your new pitcher. It's 5-1 Nationals. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change, tune-up, and brake experts.
The numbers for George Kontos, 40th time he's come in for Bruce Bochy, 2-2 with a 2.52 ERA. 25 strikeouts against 12 walks. For Kontos, 41 base runners at 35 2/3. Chewing on righties, hit just a .195. Overall, the league hit 218 off him. So he'll take those numbers into August. A lot of guys would.
Worth is 1 for 3.
The thing about Worth is he's really a good middle away guy. You would expect that from a hitter 6'5", but he's really good low and away.
Worth drives it into right center field, but it'll be Pence moving over and under. 1 out, and here's Harper. Harper tonight is 1 for 2. Sacrifice fly in the 3rd inning.
Unanimous MVP last year.
And he shoots this one up the middle, but Adrianza's there. And here's Murphy.
And what a difference a year can make, huh? 100 points down batting average wise for Harper.
Yeah. Just trying to figure out if he turned things around after the series he had in San Francisco if he turned things around the series in Arizona. But I got a better shot of getting information from Siri than I do from the PR department of the Nationals. And a strike to Murphy.
Now changeup. Cantos, prior to being a reliever, was a starting pitcher. Man, he could do a lot of things with the baseball. He could throw 2 types of fastball, curveball, slider, changeup, and that was a good changeup. On a 1-0 count, Daniel Murphy was not sitting that speed.
In the dirt, it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Mark Melancon, the closer, just acquired at the trade deadline from the Pirates. He replaces Jonathan Papelbon as a closer. This would be his debut here in Washington. I think from Dusty Baker's perspective, it's the ideal situation. Not really a safe situation. But for Melancon, it would allow him a chance to get an inning under his belt and introduce himself to all the fans.
Good way to break him in.
And he will get a nice round of applause when he's introduced in the top of the 9th.
Hit on the ground to Crawford. Crawford will wait for it. Crawford will throw it, and that'll end the inning. For the Giants in the 9th inning, it'll be Pagan, Nunez, and Posey. It's 5-4 Nationals.
Two of this 3-game series with the Nationals. You'll see it at 4 o'clock. Pregame live at 3:30. You'll see it right here on CSN Bay Area. It's going to be Matt Cain on the hill against Steven Strasburg. A couple of right-handers going at each other. Plus, you get complete pre- and post-game coverage. And Giants insider Alex Pavlovich right here at CSN Bay Area, the authentic home of the Giants fan.
When it's time for a change things speedy, oil change and auto service, your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
So the newly acquired Mark Melancon making his home debut for the Nationals. And this is what he has done this year. 30 saves. He is a quality arm for Melancon. You're going to see A low 90s fastball that has cut and a very good curveball. Two really dominant pitches. Last year for the Pirates, he led the National League in saves. He had 51. So the Nationals really beefing up their bullpen with a quality closer. And tonight the Nationals fans going to see him for the first time.
And it'll be Angel Pagan, and he will bat left-handed for the first time. A big story today in the Washington Post about the one pitch that has changed everything for Melancon. He talked about it. Nunez and then Buster Posey here in the ninth. And the first pitch is a little pop-up, and it's Murphy who makes the catch. That's the cutter that runs in on the hands of those left-handed hitters. It's the pitch that is going to put Mariano Rivera into the Hall of Fame the first year he's eligible.
Well, you can see the amount of cutters he throws. It's almost it's his #1 weapon, and that's the pitch you're talking about. That really has separated him from the herd. Just 9% of the time he's going to throw you a fastball, and the league kind of lets him know you shouldn't throw any more than that. It's curveball cutter combination. They're lethal. As we mentioned, 51 saves last year, 30 this year. 31 years old, and a 6th year at the big league level.
Nunez takes a strike.
And there's a lot of guys that watched Mariano Rivera over the years, and not many guys have a cutter. Certainly not a mid-90s cutter with excellent command that Rivera had. But Melancon, I mean, he has made that pitch work for him.
And that's fouled off the shin guard of Ramos, and it's 0-2. He got him. And that'll bring up Buster Posey. Buster tonight is 0 for 3. A couple of fly balls and a strikeout. Remember, the Dodgers and Red Sox play later on tonight in Los Angeles. Posey takes a strike. It will be that Buster Posey was taking all the way. Pence on deck. Bringing a foul back. 0-2. Good crowd tonight. Over 34,000. Posey trying to get on for Pence. Just outside, 1-2.
And that's a straight fastball. The only one he's throwing so far tonight, trying to sneak attack that outside corner. And did not miss by much. Tried to go front door with the cut and did not miss by much. He was walking off the mound. He thought it was over. Target right in the inside corner. About 4 inches short of where he wanted to be.
And the pitch. Posey on the ground, foul right past Roberto Kelly. 2-2. And this is hit out to Turner in center field, and that's going to be the ball game. So game one of this series between the Nationals and the Giants goes to the Washington Nationals, and a really strong performance by Gio Gonzalez, who shut down the Giants. He really did.
Well, he really did. I mean, he only had to get into a stretch twice during the game. I mean, the Pagan home run in the fourth inning, obviously he circled the bag and put a run on the board. After that, nobody else got to second base. So a dominant performance, and Giants tomorrow, it's not going to get any easier. They're going to have to start digging deep offensively.